On the night of the 8th of March, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 disappeared into thin air. It had 239 people on board and was flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. It soon turned out to be a mystery unfolding into one of the greatest aviation mysteries ever told. How could this monstrous Boeing 777 vanish without leaving any trace at this point in history where technology has reached the level of this century? Let's break this mystery today and look at facts and a few theories regarding the disappearance of MH370. Malaysia Airlines MH370 departed on a scheduled run at 12:41 a.m. local time. It was to land in Beijing at 6:30 a.m. The flight's earlier journey was quite uneventful. At 1:19 a.m., Captain Zahri Ahmed Shah signed off from Malaysian Air Traffic Control with the now infamous words, "Good night, Malaysian 370. 2 minutes later, the plane's transponder fell silent. This is the last confirmed communication with MH370. The jet deviated off course, heading west over the Malay Peninsula, then toward the Indian Ocean. Why? Within hours of MH370 disappearing, a broad international search began. There were over 26 countries that took part in possibly the most expensive search mission ever undertaken in aviation history to scope out an area of more than 120,000 square kilometers of ocean on the floor of the Indian Ocean. Satellite data from Inmarsat proved crucial. Although the communication systems of the aircraft were disabled, the plane continued to ping satellites. All this effort led investigators to the 7th theoretical line, where MH370 likely ran out of fuel and crashed. Despite this, only a few confirmed debris pieces, like a wing flaperon found on Réunion Island, have been recovered. The main wreckage is still elusive. The disappearance of MH370 has led to numerous theories. Many point fingers at Captain Zahri Ahmed Shah. He had a flight simulator at his home covering routes over the Indian Ocean. Was it simulation of hijacking, or was it a suicidal act? Prothesis is one theory, supposing zigzag pattern beyond where he disappeared is intentional, by someone with superior technical knowledge. The other theory points out one major failure, possibly fire or decompression. This might be the cause for losing contact. But if this was an accident, why did that plane turn and fly 4 hours instead of heading to the nearest airport? Can hackers take control of a plane? Some technology experts speculate that in this day of increasing AI integration and connected systems, perhaps vulnerabilities within aviation software were exploited. Some theorize that military forces from an unknown country erroneously shot down the plane after mistaking its identity to be some sort of threat. Others believe it was deliberately routed so that the sensitive cargo or passengers would not make it to their destination. These conspiracy theories, although intriguing, have very little evidence. The disappearance of MH370 reminds us of what technology can do, as well as what technology cannot. Why wasn't the plane tracked better? Up until just a few years ago, in 2014, most planes still used ground-based radar very heavily. In reaction to the disappearance of MH370, international aviation authorities now insist on real-time satellite tracking for all flights. The same is true for the black box, which currently uses acoustic signals that are often too difficult to locate. Underwater, cloud-connected flight data recording, a form of AI-based solution, could change this system. Ocean drift patterns are being studied by advanced machine learning in order to possibly move search operations further. AI might be the breakthrough where missing wreckage is found, or perhaps another catastrophe like this never happens again. We can't forget the human cost of MH370. For the families of these 239 passengers and crew members, uncertainty still roams the landscape. Memorials have been erected, but closure remains elusive. The tragedy also revamped aviation safety. Changes in global flight tracking as well as an enhancement in the international protocols of aviation were a direct consequence of the disaster. Malaysia Airlines MH370 remains lost in the mist of time, its disappearance an unsettling mystery that haunts us to this day. Human error, mechanical failure, or is it something more sinister? Perhaps technology will one day shed light on this mystery. And then there is MH370, that reminds us of our limitation, even at an era where we think that everything is trackable. Let us remember them by making their story a safe sky for all.